year is 2026. 2025 is behind us. It was a year like no other. A year when the entire gaming industry came together and in one voice said, whatever. The games were lackluster. The layoffs were underwhelming. And even the gamer rage wasn't that funny. But don't worry. We're still here, tracking all of it, letting you know when things get bad and when they get blursed. And they will. Trust me. Things will get worse this year. And in 12 months from now, I'll be sitting on this podcast saying, see, I told you. The Saudis will buy more studios. The games you're waiting for won't come out. Microsoft will start union busting. And yes, you still won't be able to afford a new PC. But we'll be here through all of it. For you. For us. And for that vaunted annual awards show known only as the Blursties. Welcome to the 2025 Blursties. You've just logged into the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Welcome to the 3-Bit Gamer Show. I'm JD.
And this is Peterson.
And was the music too loud? I think the music is too loud.
Good.
I'm not the editor here.
No, it was good. It was so good. I was like, okay. I'm like feeling this. And I'm like, yeah.
Pretty choice, right?
Yeah, you did a great job. And I am only disappointed in one thing.
Yeah?
I wanted you to try to read that whole thing live with me listening because you would have messed up and I would have laughed. And then you would have laughed and then you would have gotten mad. It would have been a whole disaster. It would have been fun because it was long. It was one of the longer ones you've ever done.
2 minutes. I think it was 2 minutes.
I was like, dude, I wanted you to try to do that live. Yeah.
This is too important, Peterson. The Blursties
that's true.
Are too important. You guys, if you've never participated before, this is our most beloved annual tradition. Other than I don't know, anything.
We try to stay away from traditions.
Yeah, it's not our thing. We like to go. We've been doing this since the first year of the podcast. This is our celebration of the worst of the gaming industry had to offer for us in the year. And we've got I think 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 categories this year. We're doing the first
12, 11,
5.
6, 5. We're doing 5.
Doing 5
what's
today.
Happening. We know what's happening.
We're paying attention. We're mostly prepared. And we'll do 5 to next week. And then you guys, this is a listener's choice awards show, and you guys
vote
from these nominees who you think the worst of the year was, and then we send these studios and entities a toilet holding statuette.
A winged woman holding a toilet.
And I assume they all put it up in their trophy case. I mean, I don't know what else. It's kind of an obligation. Why else would you have a trophy case?
Mine is hanging up. Mine's up in my office, just right there.
I had like 5 or 6 of them. They're just kind of all over the place, scattered around.
I should actually put one in my office at work, and everyone will ask about it.
We should get like metal ones made up.
A real metal Blursty.
Can't be that much.
Sounds worth it. So, that being said, do we want to just jump right into it?
Let's do it.
All right. With that, here's our first category.
Worst launch.
Some games just don't get off to a good start.
And honestly, we're here for it. Like every time you have a bad launch, we're
here to celebrate your failure.
And
this one doesn't feel like bowling in most cases because generally worst launch is reserved for online games, online multiplayer games.
Almost exclusively.
I just don't feel sympathy for those games. Sorry. They're never indies.
AAA studios.
They're all big garbage.
Some big ones. So you want to start with our listener nomination?
Do you want to do that for all of them?
Yeah.
We've got them all at the top. So does that
Let's do listener nomination.
Yeah, let's do it up.
So this nomination comes from the legendary Silverthorn. Here we go.
I'd like to commence the 2025 meeting of Tarkov Anonymous. Sir, isn't this supposed to be a Blursty nomination?
Ah, Dead Goblin. Nice to hear from you. Would you like to be the first one to speak?
Well, okay, I guess. I'm Dead Goblin, and I'm a Tarkovaholic.
Thank you. And could you share a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been clean for a few months now. I've even uninstalled, but I have this secondhand embarrassment.
Could we dive deeper into that for a moment?
Well, you see, despite me not playing, I've been inundated with news about Tarkov launching on Steam. It took 9 years, and it went horribly.
Please do continue.
While the game launched to stability and performance issues that prevented players from even logging into the game they just bought, players who had already played on the launcher for years were not given Steam access, so they had to re-buy the game. The game is performing so poorly that it's estimated that 80% of purchases were just the PvE version, because the PvP doesn't actually work anymore.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're handling this so well. I'd be glad to nominate Tarkov for Blursty for Worst Launch in honor of your recovery.
There we
So
go.
Tarkov wasn't on Steam? What was it on?
Tarkov had its own launcher.
Oh, shit.
It had its like own thing, and it wasn't on Steam, and then it launched on Steam, and it was terrible.
Bad.
Like, really,
Why did we not
really
hear about
terrible.
this? I thought we would have heard about this.
I
That's
did
great.
a little bit, but I'm always scared to talk about Tarkov because I just don't know anything about it, and I know some of our listeners are like hardcore Tarkovians.
They'd come for us. Tarkovian.
I don't know.
That's
it just
sick.
sounded right. It
That's
just sounded
sick.
right.
I
Right?
like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than Tarkovite.
Was that Silverthorn and Jacob, do you think?
No, that
doing
sounded
that?
like Silverthorn and Silverthorn featuring a clothespin on their nose. That's exactly. Was that not exactly what it was?
I don't know. We'll have to get the
Yeah.
we're
We're
skip on that.
Yeah. The
We
the
have more
extras.
than okay, just a heads up. Our listeners are just getting better and better. Like we have more than one like skit. Like they're doing full on bits now.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. Like, yeah.
You guys
that's what
want
I
to take over? Like you sent us like 15, 20 minutes of that. Like we don't have to do much more of the
We
podcast.
just hit play and like
We'll just
sit
hit
back.
play, just chill.
Dude, we'll play some video games.
Undermine. Play
Like you
fucking
just-
Undermine. Which is our true passion now. It's not podcasting about video games.
Not video games, not
It's
podcast.
just
We
Undermine
just play
2.
Undermine 2.
All we care about.
It's really rough. Okay, so the first nomination is Silverthorn is nominating Tarkov, the release on Steam, which was terrible, and people had to rebuy the game. It wasn't working. Things they had on the launcher wasn't available on the Steam version. So just a huge
Just a mess. Bad launch.
dumpster fire. Yeah.
Do you want to go every other one of these? How do you want to do
Yeah.
this?
Let's do every other one.
Okay, I will do the first one.
Okay.
So we talked about this a ways back. Actually, not that long ago. King of Meat. The new game out of Glow Made Games, which was published by Amazon. It was a co-op party platformer, kind of like that kind of Mario Party meets
what's that one game?
what is that one?
Fall
Guys.
Fall Guys, thank you.
It's
I could
like a Fall
picture
Guys
it.
game. And they were expecting 100,000 players.
They like put a lot of money into like making that happen.
There was a Mr. Beast promo. They peaked at 320.
They were so close, you guys.
Low 3 figures while they were aiming for 6. And that was during a free weekend. This was where you didn't even have to pay to play the game, and they couldn't get more than 400 people playing it. They're laying off a bunch of people this month. Probably they're all gone now. And probably about $1 million of marketing went into this, and not a great launch. King of Meat.
So they wanted 100,000. They got 300. 300. Not
Yarks.
Okay, the next launch. Oh,
this is one of yours. You found this one.
Rockstar launches a GTA 6 Discord server. and it's just as bad as you think. So Rockstar thought it would be, I don't know why. Who thought
Year
this, but they
plus
thought it would
out.
be a
Yeah.
good idea to like
What are you going to talk about in there? They have
update
one
and stuff.
trailer out.
Like indie games do this.
Yeah,
And
because
they
the game is
people
fucking
talk
out. Like
about
early
it.
access games is great.
Yeah.
Because you're
yeah.
talking about it. Like we're in.
And
Not
like
to
here's
talk
our
about
roadmap.
Undermine as much as we possibly can, but the Undermine Discord is a perfect example of this. You jump in there, you share screenshots. They're still testing the game. They're looking for feedback. Rockstar is not doing that with Grand Theft Auto.
So they were like, hey, let's do biggest game, like the biggest game. They want to do a Discord server. Like, of course, it's going to be a disaster. But did they forget what type of person plays
The worst person?
Grand Theft Auto?
In the Twitch chat. It was just like
yeah, you couldn't read it. You couldn't read it. The chat flying by, just slurs and what is it? ASCII porn.
Yeah,
people just putting like nude images in ASCII text. People throwing in like theories. They had to stop it. Oh, and it says Rockstar Games during this was responding with obvious AI responses. And so, of course, this just went bananas. Like, it's the biggest disaster. So, yeah, Rockstar launches their Discord server, and it's filled with ASCII porn.
When I was in junior high, I had a typing class, and we used to do our typing tests they tell you to turn off your keyboard or your monitor so you couldn't look at it while you did the typing, and then you would print it off with your name or whatever, and then that was how you were judged. And I figured out a few very quick keyboard shortcuts. I could type the word ass, duplicate it on countless pages, and then hit Control P, do Control A, delete, and then type my name and get ready for the test, all before the teacher started the test with my screen off so she couldn't. And then the printer would just print 80 pages that just said ass on them so you couldn't reuse the pages. So
what?
I'm just saying. We've been doing this forever.
That is who is on.
Don't give us the vehicle.
6.
That's exactly who it is. You're like, oh, teenagers are so bad today. No, we've always been the exact
We've always done
same,
this.
But you don't like empower us.
And it's Discord. The TTP on this was less than a second. Like they launched it.
It
was just like penis right away.
Ass.
An ASCII penis coming, and that was it.
ASCII penis. Can we call the name? So ASCII penis.
No, it's Blurs 2025 Blursties Part 1. It's not called ASCII penis.
Civilization 7 was another game that suffered from a gnarly launch. It was open to mostly negative reviews. In fact, after it had nearly 12,000 user reviews on Steam in its initial week, only 52% were positive. It was listed as mixed. People were calling it an unfinished mess.
Yeah.
Janky UI, bad artwork. Apparently looked like it felt like it was a console port.
This one was interesting.
The Metacritic was at like 80.
Why wouldn't they just wait until it's more ready? This is a big game.
No one was because 6 was so great. Everyone loves it and keeps playing it. There's no rush to get this out.
Isn't that the only game Jackson plays?
Yeah, and he still plays 6, I think. He doesn't touch 7.
No one playing 7.
No one plays 7. So, yeah, Civ 7, not a great launch. You want to do this last one?
Yeah, and the last one, after a poorly received alpha test, Bungie has finally delayed Marathon.
Yeah, so Marathon is not going to be great. Like, let's be honest.
No. And they did an alpha, right?
In April, and there was an NDA, but they lifted the NDA because they're like, we need feedback because it's so bad. They saw the whisperings online of people just talking shit. They're like, we need to get control of this. So just open it up and see what happens. The feedback was so brutal that they delayed it a month later in June. And they did not give it a release date. They're like, oh, it's before the end of the fiscal year, which I think their fiscal year ends this year in March.
Like the
so,
usually
but we
first
still don't
quarter.
have a fucking release date on it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to get pushed again. That's a pretty rough launch for an alpha. It's so bad that you were originally going to release it it got delayed by 6 months or more, just without any follow-up, no release date or anything.
They launched the
I think
alpha.
Blizzard knows. This is if this is a, I guess Starfield wasn't really a studio killer because Bethesda's pretty set up right now, I feel.
Right.
Blizzard does not have that same luxury.
You mean Bungie? This Bungie.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Bungie does not have this luxury.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, this is a potential after everything that they went through with Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of in trouble if they can't get this off the ground.
Absolutely. If this is the failure that we are anticipating it to be,
yeah,
like Bungie's probably done. And if you remember, Bungie was like set themselves up to be in a good spot, didn't they? They weren't. Remember, I think it was them. They were acquired, then they unacquired themselves, so they could like. So it's like, yeah, Destiny 2, we're gonna do what we want, and like, and then Destiny 2 just has been. Since that has happened, has been
and Destiny
messy.
2 wasn't like we released a bad game and pissed everyone off. It's like we released an awesome game that was a sequel to another awesome game everyone liked, and we progressively pissed off the entire fan base over the course of years. And
we made
at
a
no
conscientious effort to piss them all off.
And they never figured out how to right the ship, even though they had so much goodwill and people were still coming back to play it and still giving them second, third, and fourth chances, and they just couldn't pull their heads out of their asses.
No.
And so I think they know that if they come out here with Marathon, the crowd they're trying to attract is going to be just Destiny 2 fans. And they're going to be like, look, it's us. It's the Destiny 2 people. And they're going to be very wary. And I think they know if they screw this one up out the gate, they're fucked. So
maybe they'll be able to turn it around, but like they got some work to do.
Okay, let's do this next one.
Okay. All right. So next category.
Biggest disappointment.
This year, we kind of struggled with this one.
We did.
And I don't think it's because the year went so well. I think it's because our standards in general, just for the future of everything, have been so lowered that nothing disappoints us anymore. So it's kind of hard.
I don't think we were so excited for anything and we're so let down.
Yeah.
And not because
you got to be optimistic to get let down.
I think the games that did release actually did okay for the most part. A lot of the games did okay. But I think some of them, there were a few disappointments, but
that last segment, like, was I disappointed in King of Meat? Was I disappointed in Civ 7? No, I had no expectations. I don't care.
Well, that's a good segue into Agrolords. Agrolord. So this nomination comes to us from Agrolord from across the sea in New Zealand. So here we go.
Gamers, Agrolord here with my nomination for this year's Blursties. My 2025 biggest disappointment has to be Civ 7. I was quite looking forward to this game. Unfortunately, I never even purchased the thing because it just looked absolutely terrible. I have played Humankind before, and this game has taken a very similar route, and it is not my cup of tea. From the reviews I read online, the instructions in-game, and Civipedia, which had traditionally been full of information and very clear instruction, had nothing. But for me, the ultimate point that put me off this thing was the price. At $130 New Zealand, I can't justify that for most games, let alone something that looked unfinished by the amount of downloaded content coming through. And the reviews were so poor. I'm hoping that this game takes the route of many games recently and improves over time, but I can't say I'll be going back to this well anytime soon. I'll just keep playing Civ 6 as a superior finished game. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your Blursties.
That's so funny. That's exactly what I said, Jackson.
That's literally what you just said.
Every Civ fan was just like, meh, fine.
Nope.
I have a good game. Why would I need the second one? That's awesome.
And like he said, they took like a slightly different route. Agrolord said he didn't even buy it, and he was so excited for it, and that is a great biggest disappointment nomination, because that's something you're excited for, and then it releases and you're like, it's so bad you didn't even buy it. And he said the price, so I did the conversion. That's $75 US.
Good Lord.
$75 US for this pile of trash. Like,
this reminded me a lot of Frostpunk 2 last year with me, where I was like so psyched on Frostpunk 2. Like, that's going to be cool. I played the first one so much, and it came out and the reception was so mid that I was like, I'm not even going to buy it. And it's so expensive. I can't even like justify trying it out. Fucking crazy. Okay. Next up, biggest disappointment. This was a huge one for us. It was EA selling to the Saudis. Oh God, the fact that Saudi Arabia owns outright EA Games is mind-boggling.
This is bad news for EA, which they do like
a lot of games.
They do a lot of stuff, but like
still,
when you think of EA, what do you think of?
FIFA.
You think of FIFA, you think of Madden. Didn't they do Madden? Didn't they? And it was like, that's American football. Yeah. And it's like, like this is the Saudis now own this. It feels wrong. And also it feels fitting.
Do you think the next Battlefield game is going to have you simulate flying planes into buildings?
The bad guys are going to be the Americans.
The Americans, yeah.
Okay, well.
Actually,
well,
I don't know where I sit on this. All right, do the next one.
I'll do this one, but this does feel like a JD.
Oh, no, this is mine. JK, no.
You have to do this one.
This was a heartbreaking survey for me. There was that survey that came out that they were talking to all these game developers, and only 1% of them are working on Playdate titles. That is the Game Boy with a crank.
But we've been talking about the Playdate since before it came out.
I have one of these fucking things. I just track the Playdate. Somebody send me a Playdate, please. Playdate needs to send me a Playdate for how much. But nobody's working on games for them. Huge disappointment. Heartbreak for me personally. Sucks.
Yeah.
Speaking of heartbreaks, this one broke your heart.
Okay. Last year, or maybe 2 years ago,
you needed to brace yourself.
We did a Dear Game Devs where we wished for a Lord of the Rings Stardew Valley.
Yep.
And then within 6 months it was announced, and Tales of the Shire was released this year. all of the trimmings, everything. This could have been beautiful. A Shire-based dating, farming, cooking, chores sim. That's what.
There.
How do you mess
right
this
across?
up?
This isn't even right across center plate. This is T-ball, man. It's just this is sitting there.
This is T-ball, and sometimes when you play T-ball and then you like take a swing and you hit the tee.
They fucking hit the tee.
They didn't do that.
Hard.
They missed all of it.
Honestly, they swung 3 times, missed the ball all 3 times, and the ump was like, "I guess."
It was like,
"I guess you're out."
Did you strike
out? You're out.
I was like, pulled out the rule book. He's like, I don't even know what you're supposed to do with this.
You can't walk him or anything.
That's an out.
He's out.
Tales of the Shire released, and was it the worst game ever? No, but it was so lackluster that just the reviews, everybody was just like, there's no real point in playing it. You're just going to want to play Stardew Valley, like play a better version of this, which there are a dozen better versions of this. They could have knocked this out of the park. They should have knocked this out of the park. They didn't consult me, that's for sure. I would have helped them knock this out of the park, but no. Tales of the Shire
looks like
out.
Shit. That's my problem. It has 82% positive on Steam, so it's very positive with 2,200 reviews.
But like, if you look at the reviews, a lot of them are like, it's okay.
Yeah, and the art style is absolutely not what I would have gone with. I don't know what it is. It is creepy though.
Yep. It is. Honestly,
It's like low fidelity, but not charming.
I was so excited for this game. Like I was like, this is gonna be dope. I'm gonna love
Mhm.
this. It's gonna be a breath of fresh air. And then it came out, and I was like, ew, kind of like the Mines of Moria game, you know?
Same deal. Which was
Same
another
thing.
dev.
We were like,
your game dev
yes,
request.
yes. We were like, yes, it's coming. And then it came out. We were like, ew, Gollum. Same thing. We were like, this could be fun. Came out, and we weren't like, ew. We were like, this is get it away from me. So once again,
careful what you wish for. The Simpsons game's gonna fucking blow. Fuck.
And the art style's gonna be so weird. They're gonna like try to make it
shit
realistic
like
looking.
Game.
You're like,
Kill
I don't.
me.
Realistic Homer is pretty actually terrifying. We don't like
AI
that.
Homer. All right, next up, this one was a real heartbreak for us. Was the Wonder Woman game being canceled alongside its Nemesis system, which was the first time we saw the Nemesis system in over a decade. Also, a potential Black Panther game that may have utilized a similar system. All those, we lost those last year. Huge disappointment, huge nut punch. Just
we've been asking for a new game with the Nemesis system for so
Wonder
long.
Woman fits. Actually, superhero games fit
absolutely
Nemesis system.
1000%.
And this sucks donkey. So that one sucked.
Yeah, that sucked. And then we actually have one more on this one. This is just a quick one. Nintendo of America boss Doug Bowser retired. Like, how do you ever make up for this?
How do you ever retire this guy? You're in it for life, bro. Sorry. You're signed up.
We didn't name you Bowser. That's just your name. You have to be here.
When you took the job, you should have known goddamn right what you were signing up for.
Bowsers don't quit.
No. Bowsers that work for Nintendo till they die, till they get knocked into lava. You don't get to fucking walk away from this.
Where's the lava, Doug? Where's the lava, Doug?
Did a plumber knock you into lava with an axe?
I don't think that happened.
You're showing up on Monday at 8 a.m. sharp, motherfucker. God damn.
I can't.
We needed to bully him more when it happened.
Kudos.
Okay, look. We usually do something positive here.
That's not what this is about.
That's not what the Blursties
That's not what this is about.
It's not.
You don't call something the Blurst and be like, oh, now we're gonna do something positive.
Let's bring it back up. No, we're going down. We are climbing down into the darkness.
Come on down here with us.
Oh,
it's cold and wet.
I'm not even going to wait because I got to get this out. In fact, I wanted to give this Kudos weeks ago.
Yeah, you
but
did.
I was watching during college football. I was calling it football day because there were 3 playoff games in a day. And all I did is sit on the couch eating pizza and watching football. It was football day. It was so nice. Yeah. But because I watched a lot of football and I was watching live sports, which I never do, I was watching something else that I never see. Ads. And for the most part, I was okay. But there is one ad campaign. There is one ad that I see on YouTube a lot now too. And I saw it so much during the football game, and it infuriates me so much that I legit want to bring harm to the person that either came up with or approved this ad campaign. The Liberty Mutual Limu Emu.
Okay.
This is not me being old and grumpy. Absolutely not. Look, I understand this is like a stupid fucking thing that insurance companies do for some goddamn reason.
Yeah,
you got
I don't know why
Geico at one point had a gecko, the money with the eyeballs, and the caveman guys all at the same fucking time. And I was like, that's whatever. That's fine.
Why you don't need any of that.
And Allstate has the chaos guy or the mayhem guy. Is that Allstate?
That's yeah.
And then Farmers has
it's mayhem,
Omni-Man,
by the way.
And they're all fine. They're all fine. In fact, the mayhem guy gives me a laugh every now and again.
He's the Vulture on Brooklyn Nine-Nine too, so
he's also a fantastic character in 30 Rock that I love. But this Limu Emu thing, on its face is so fucking stupid. And they're clearly trying to do the exact same fucking thing that Geico did, we're going to confuse our name with a quirky animal and then have it like be part of this ad campaign. And then we are just going to cram it down people's throats with a fucking toilet brush. But guess what? This one has no redeeming qualities or charm. It's like the
No.
whole campaign was fabricated by the most cynical AI possible. It is not funny. It's not charming, quirky, or cute. It's stupid, and it's so repetitive that, in fact, after I don't know,
Emu.
10 years of me just tolerating YouTube ads and being like, whatever, and everyone's like, get an ad blocker, and I'm like, I don't really care that much. I can wait 15 seconds and hit skip. I finally installed a fucking ad blocker on all of my YouTube because
What?
I was like, this ad infuriates me that much that I went from being like, yeah, I'll tolerate ads, I'll watch, I'll drive ad content, to being like, I'm out. All of it. I'm fucking out. It makes me so mad. And this isn't just like a, JD hates emus, or it's like, oh, this particular ad bugs him.
Do you hate emus?
It's the concept of this. It's the abject laziness behind the whole fucking campaign that they're just phoning it in and spending so much goddamn money on something that is so stupid, and it doesn't even help you in terms of like name recognition. It's just stupid. Liberty Mutual ads, the ones that did where the person's standing in front of the Statue of Liberty, fine. I don't give a fuck. They're obnoxious and lazy, and they kind of speak to how shitty their ad department is. But this emu thing is just awful.
You want to know something? I didn't put
Bill,
together.
It's YouTube poop. Oh.
I didn't put together what Limu even was until I looked it up
That's what
now.
I'm saying. The Geico Gecko was clear, and it was part of the joke.
Get it.
This is just fucking stupid.
Limu is Liberty, L-I, Mutual, M-U, L-I-M-U.
It's so fucking
Limu.
dumb. The fact that you didn't get it till halfway through my rant proves the point.
It's so bad.
Shitty. It
Yeah.
shouldn't have gotten past the
Nobody calls it
brainstorming
Limu.
phase. It's so stupid. Fucking hate it.
Honestly, advertisers often are so bad. Like it's like they don't
Especially
understand humans.
Because we're in this new like phase of advertising where you have it used to be, you have 30 seconds in between shows that people were kind of glued to kind of pitch your wares, but now people are just sitting there with their cursor hovering a skip button. You got 5 seconds, motherfuckers. You got 5 seconds of my attention span, and you're wasting it with a fucking parachuting emu? It makes no sense. It's so stupid.
Limu, emu. I didn't even know Limu was Liberty Mutual until I looked it up right now. So
the money with the eyes was clearly, there's a clear connection. We're saving you money. The caveman, our processes are simple enough that a caveman can do it. The gecko is a name recognition play, and he says Geico like 15 times during the ad. What is the fucking Limu emu? What the fuck even is that?
This just in JD hates emus. I didn't even know. Like, honestly, guys, if you want to get JD a Christmas present next year, giving him an emu egg that he can eat.
You know that scene in RoboCop where the robot goes in and just fucking mows down?
I know one scene in RoboCop.
That's me.
I know one scene.
That's what I want to do. I want to shoot the guys that came up with Limu Emu. I want to shoot off all of their fucking dicks. Do it! Fucking do it!
Do it! Okay. We laugh about this clip more than anything, and we will never share it. We will never share it. You have to find it on your own, and good luck. Oh, man. Okay.
Good luck following that act. What's your puto?
I know. I was like, dude, I should have gone first. Mine isn't even that bad.
Just go harder. Get more mad about this.
My eye? Get mad about my left eye? Okay.
Just yell at your eye.
This eye right here, my left eye, has this weird problem. I probably talked about it before, where my tear ducts do not drain. So my eye just leaks. Like all the tears that you generate throughout the day usually just go into your nose. Not me. It just leaks out my face. Just falls. I have had 3 surgeries on it. The success rate on this surgery is 80%. I have failed it not once, not twice, but now I am on the 3rd attempt, which the 3rd failure,
He did like some crazy
he
novel
went hardcore.
surgery.
He just like drilled through the bone straight into the little pouch that's there that catches all your tears. He's like, it's going straight into that. The problem now is my tear duct. And I went to the doctor. Okay, this is the ENT. And he like goes on my nose. He's like, that actually looks pretty good on this end. It's on your eye. And he goes, let me see if I have any probes. He's not an eye doctor. He takes me back in his little like mini procedure room, drops some numbing liquid into my eyeball. He's like, this might sting a little. It did sting a little. And it was just a topical numbing solution, and then inserts a wire probe into my tear duct. Boop. Unnumbed. There's 2 of them. It hurt so bad. The first one went all the way through. I could feel it going into my nose.
Oh.
The second one wouldn't go through. And he was like, it's blocked, and I don't know why. I think there's some tissue trying to heal there. And he was like shoving it, and again, in my eye hole. And it's just like in there.
I hate everything you're saying right now.
Yeah, me too. That's why this is on
hate it.
Pudos. And I mean, I'm not giving Pudos to the doctor because he's like, I'm going to go for this. Like, I'm going to go for this and try to figure this out for you. But it's horrible. My eye hates me. This should have been so easy, and it has not. It has been anything but easy. It should have been fairly painless. Like the surgery recovery, so easy. I just I cried tears of blood for one day. And then,
no problem.
Yeah, that's normal, I think.
It was sick, by the way. I watched it. It was so cool.
Like James Bond villain.
Uh-huh.
But no, now I'm getting freaking probes by the ENTs, not the eye doctor. Remember, this is not the eye doctor just shoves needles in there. Guys,
please stop.
Just no. No. I have to live this. You get to hear it. I live it.
Just
you
eye
hear
patch
about it.
and you're done. You're an eye patch guy now.
Someone
you
was
wear
like,
an
just
eye patch.
take your eye out. Honestly, just like to put a glass eye in there, it'd probably be better.
Yeah.
So if you guys see me during the podcast, if you watch it live and I'm dabbing at my eye, that's because my tears they just want to.
And they're not even cool like blood anymore.
They're not even blood. I could. I mean, I would have to hurt, but I could do it. I did have a little bit of blood tears after the wire probe.
I would imagine.
It didn't feel great. Anyway, so Pudos to my stupid eye.
This is why we only do Pudos once a year, by the way. Oh, just terrible.
Sometimes we'll do a mid-year Pudos.
Yelling and body horror.
Yeah.
Pass.
I kind of like it, honestly. We need more of this. Yuck.
Worst name.
Oh, this is a easy category. And we have to kick it immediately to.
We know where this is going. I didn't
reporter.
Even ask. I just messaged Phil and I was like, okay, you got it.
Where is
it?
Okay.
Where is it? Your deadline's coming up, Phil. TikTok. And he was like, I'm so sorry. He was actually like, I'm so sorry. I'm working on it, but I'm sick. I can't record it. My voice is so bad. And I was like, I don't care, Phil. I need you to work. Get this in here.
8 a.m., Doug.
All right, here we go. Phil's is long and it's hilarious. Here we go.
Well, my fellow idiots, another year has come and gone, and we are on the lookout for worst names of 2025. And I got some good ones here for you. Okay, so let's see. Let's get this started. I've got Those Who Dwell, The Amygdala Protocol, Elysium Elect, Beef Arena. Wait, what is this? Oh, sorry. This is my list of good names. Hold on. I got the list over here. Just got to grab it real fast. Okay. All right. Worst names of 2025. Starting with Bake It, Pizza Master, Motorhome, Traveling North America 2. Oh, I like this one. Pixel Game Maker Series, Stray Witch and the Ghost Train. Yes, Pixel Game Maker Series is part of the title. Again? The Circus of Sinful Secrets. I bet you couldn't guess that was a porn game. Moaning Moron of the Mountain. What do you think? Is that one a porn game? My wife threw out my card collection, so I bought a dump to find them all. Relatable. Oceanides of the World's End, Legend of the Big-Breasted Swimsuit Beauty Guardian. Is that one a porn game? I'll never tell. Oh, I like this one. Land Develop. The Sad Story of the Little Mouse Who Wanted to Become Somebody. Oh, also, Cuckold Simulator, Life as a Beta Male Cuck. Who could forget? Don't Piss. And also, Mouse Fart. You know what? Listen, I'm tired. After Mouse Fart, Listen, I got a little secret about this list, all right? All of these games were released in 2025, but I got one better for you. All of these games were released in the latter half of 2025. Oh, you want it even better? All of these games were released in the latter half of November 2025. What are we doing here? 80% of the games released during that month were utter garbage names. I can't do it anymore. You know what my nomination is for worst name? 80% of the games on Steam. That's my nomination.
Dude, okay, can I just say Moaning Moron of the Mountain? I don't know what that is, but that name is amazing. And also, Don't Piss and Mouse Fart.
I don't know. Cuckold Simulator, Life as a Beta Male Cuck. Is that a MAGA game?
Dude, I was like, well done, Phil.
Yeah, that's fantastic. 80% of the games on Steam. If anyone deserves to make that throw in the towel call on the Blursties, it's Phil.
Like, Phil was
sorry.
doing research and he couldn't pick one.
Yeah,
because
he couldn't pick one out of November.
Out of the last half of
last
November.
half of November, 2 weeks. Good God.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, maybe we just
So
retire
good.
this category. Maybe it's just
Moaning Moron of the Mountain is we can't though. I just love this category.
Yeah, especially because this is probably my favorite of the year. It was Shitty Dungeon. The satirical fantasy RPG which was actually entitled The Crazy Hyper Dungeon Chronicles due to a localization on some shitty whatever localization software they used. In Japan, it was listed actually not as The Crazy Hyper Dungeon Chronicles, which is a kind of a short list for this category by itself, but as Shitty Dungeon.
That's so good.
And it was an Italian. This is an Italian studio, so it was Italian to Japan. And we got Shitty Dungeon.
So good.
This one, though.
Okay. There was an esports player who had to put out an apology because this is an esports player because his name gamer tag was Hitler. Hitler. Okay. And this wasn't like his first outing.
His team was called Aryan.
His team is called Aryan. This wasn't like an accident. And he puts out a message. I want to sincerely apologize for my previous esports ID and anyone hurt by it. It was insensitive and hurtful. I didn't consider the weight and historical pain. I've changed my ID to
Pol Pot.
Henry. Pol Pot.
I don't know. Why is everyone so mad at me?
Non-king. He is
shit.
I know, like let's just go worse. He named his name is now Henry. Okay, but worst name this is a dual name. The esports name of Hitler on Team Aryan.
That's the one. Also, I love the little addendum on this story. Was that in India, Hitler is a synonym for strict, colloquially. I think I said this at the time. Hitler is not notorious for being strict.
That was not like his number one thing
like,
that people knew him for.
That Hitler, such a strict guy, let's start a world war over his strictness.
Yeah.
GameStop. That's it. That's the
GameStop,
worst name.
But why? Why?
Because if you remember back in like February, CEO Ryan Cohen said that GameStop's future isn't in games. This was after they bought like $1 billion in Bitcoin for some fucking reason, and then said they're going to continue to focus on trading cards like Pokemon cards. And this is also when they bought and graded 1 million cards with a professional sports authenticator. So essentially, they're just going to be called Stop.
Just stop, because honestly, and
Which
that's
is
what we've been telling them to do
right
for
on
years.
the nose. Stop.
Stop. Yeah, so GameStop is no longer focused on
No longer
games.
GameStop, just games.
Mm-hmm.
And then this last one, this is
Yes,
this
this
is
is
the
the-
most classical actual like name of a game, and I don't know why. I don't think it's that bad of a name, but it gave me the fucking giggles.
Yes.
It's the stupidest thing. Garfield Kart 2 All You Can Drift. There's just so much in that fucking title to unpack that I just can't, like, I get overwhelmed. It's like a sensory overload when I read it. First off, Garfield Kart, my brain is like, no, but then it's Garfield Kart 2, and I start
This
to
is number
realize
2.
there was another Garfield Kart,
Mm-hmm.
and All You Can Drift because he's a fat cat and it's all you can eat, but
Yeah.
he's drifting, and I'm like, so is it a primarily drift focused kart game? It's so loaded. I'm so happy about Garfield Kart 2 All You Can Drift.
Good. Like, here's the thing. I can think of like 4 Garfield characters.
That's probably all there is.
Odie, John, and isn't there another-
Nermal
Yeah, there we go.
and
That's all I got.
Garfield and
Yeah.
Liz the vet.
Oh, the vet, his girl.
Who he
Who
started
else?
dating.
I don't know.
Are there like mice that he hangs out with? That's a thing, right? There's like mice that like
I
watch
don't-
TV or something.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know, but
No, they've definitely just like added random characters.
mm,
And his
Lasagna
girlfriend,
boy.
Garfield's girlfriend. Who's that chick? She's so hot.
okay. Well,
She's like
there's
a pink cat.
more to unpack here.
No, that's cool. We just leave that at Garfield's hot girlfriend. Garfield Kart 2, All You Can Drift.
Arlene with
That
that
is
big old
neat.
long neck. She looks like a llama or like an
Or a
emu.
Fucking emu. Don't get me started.
All right,
Gar
worst
car.
name.
That's what they would call it. Gar car.
Gar. I want him to call it Garf car.
Garf car.
Garf cart.
Garf cart. Well, they're basically back to the original.
Just call it Garf cart, okay?
Just let me have Garf cart.
I want to say Garf.
Had a really rough day.
A lot of good sode names if there wasn't just the Blursties.
I know it's killing me. It's killing me. Garf car. Shit.
Worst decision.
Now this one is always a very, very full category. It's hard to narrow this one down. Lots of bad decisions throughout the gaming industry in 2025, but Sneaky Stu has our first one.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Sneaky Stu calling in with Worst Decision. The 2025 ruling on Power World sends a chilling message to game developers. That inspiration can be treated as infringement. Video games grow by remixing ideas, genres, and mechanics, just like every creative medium before them. This case is especially troubling because Nintendo is claiming ownership over ideas it didn't invent. Ideas shaped by decades of shared game history. Using massive legal power to bully smaller studios doesn't protect creativity, it intimidates it. When industry giants turn courts into weapons, they create monopolies over imagination. And monopolies are never good for innovation. If this is the future Nintendo wants, it's one where creativity loses and players pay the price. That used to be their MO. If this becomes more common, it could kill an entire genre of games. This is bigger than just Power World or Pokemon. This wasn't about copying Pokemon. It was about Nintendo turning a basic mechanic into a legal moat. For these reasons, I nominate Game Freak and the USPO for Worst Decision.
Look, if Sneaky Stu doesn't send us at least one of these a week for the next year, I'm going to sue him.
Honestly,
we will sue you.
We will. And I kind of want to right now because I love these so
This makes
much.
me so happy. I want all my news delivered to me this way.
Via like rap beat with like
Rap talk.
yeah in the
Yeah,
back.
with whatever's going on in the background. I want all of that.
Me
But
too.
yes, this is a great nomination for worst decision was Pokemon Company and I guess Nintendo
Yeah.
going hard on Pal World for infringing on the rights of Pokemon and basic game mechanics that they really
Creature
didn't come up
collecting
with.
is what they wanted to go with.
And they're trying to expand that. They'd take that all if they could. And Sneak Stew is absolutely right that this is not something that they invented by any stretch. In fact, I believe Monster Rancher had them beat by years as an IP focused around this exact same thing. So
yeah, so trying to
you can't steal that.
Trying to claim ideas and suing people for using ideas that you have used.
This next one, is, I don't know if it's as much of a decision as just like a tripping over your own dick a bunch. Valve ruined game sales, the game Planet Centauri twice on accident. First time because when Planet Centauri, which was in a early access open beta, I guess, for years, for like 9 years, they finally they had 138,000 wish lists that they developed over the years, and they go live and their sales just sucked. They got no sales for it. And they're like, oh man, that sucks. I guess our game sucks. A couple months later, Steam comes back and says, hey, oops. Big oops. We forgot to notify all of your wish lists. Sorry. So, just to make it up to you, what we'd like to do is give you a daily deal on Steam. We'll put it on the front page of all of Steam. Yeah. And you'll have all that exposure, and hopefully that'll make up for the lost sales. And these guys are like, thanks, guys. That's a really stand-up move. Why don't we choose the day that the Steam machine gets announced and takes over the entire front page of Steam? Oops.
Uh-oh.
They're very magnanimous about this. They're like, yeah, shit happens was basically it. They weren't mad at Steam.
Man.
They were just like, we're kind of cursed and it kind of sucks. It really is nobody's fault other than Steam's fault initially. But they did their best to make it right, and it did not work. So, oops, Valve ruining a game sales twice in a year. Pretty rough decision. Oh, this one's all you, though. This is your world.
Yes. So, sorry, I scrolled down, so I have to scroll back up. Okay. So, Epic removed an Xbox exploit that allowed people to get free V-Bucks, then clawed them back from people who didn't know their V-Bucks were fraudulent. So, there was an exploit where you could buy V-Bucks, put it into your account, and then refund it. And then
but the V-Bucks would stay in your account.
V-Bucks would stay in your account. So people were doing this, and they were
farming.
They were gifting items. They were just essentially just free store, just like get everything you can.
Yeah.
Which again, that's not a good way to get it. And like that is an exploit. Once Xbox found out about this, they said they fixed it, and then they said, give it all back. Even like the purchases, they refunded people's purchases and just took back all of the V-Bucks. But there were people who didn't know that they were doing this.
Because they were buying this like third party or whatever.
Yeah.
Their items just disappeared.
And it's just gone.
They'd paid money for.
Yeah. And so people were just getting their items taken away. And they're like, I didn't even know this was an issue. Didn't even know it was a problem. And they just said, sorry, this is ours now. Like you can't, I guess. So they bought stuff, and Xbox just took it all back.
Well, Valve did. They were using the Xbox exploit, but Valve was the one, or I'm sorry, Epic was the one that clawed it all back. Yeah. This next one, this is one of my favorite themes. Guy in California stole $10,000 worth of Switch games from libraries. You fucking
Bastard, honestly.
Reed Obafumi was going after public libraries in Northern California, and he was connected to a string of 7 different burglaries in Marin County libraries. He faces 12 felony charges. This is such a low stakes, high punishment.
And like, what Switch game is even worth any of that? Like what? Why?
This is like somebody that learns about the concept of libraries for the first time and is like he can't grok it because he's like, oh, cool. So wait, you let me just take it? I don't have to pay for it? They're like, well, yeah, you have to bring it back.
Yeah,
he's like,
bring it back. Like,
but what makes me bring it back? They're like, well, because I don't know, nothing really.
We'll use it. We'll give you a fine. And he's like, what happens if I don't pay that fine? And they're like, can't use the library anymore.
They're like, and he's like, okay. Oh, he's like, whoa, can I get that library card? They're like, actually, I don't know if we want to.
Give me that library card. And he's like,
I'm gonna check out everything I can right now.
Give me all the Switch games.
I think there's something about that wheelbarrow that's making me a wee bit suspicious about issuing this library card.
Like, I would like every Switch game you have.
Yeah. I will bring them back in the appropriate time window. Wink. You don't say wink, wink, wink.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it.
You're gonna steal these Switch games, aren't you? Yes.
No. What?
I'm gonna steal them.
No. I'm gonna steal them.
I'm gonna steal them.
This last one, we've talked about this one many times. Tencent just blatantly rips off Horizon Zero Dawn. They make their own. We've talked about it many times. It looks exactly the same. The premise is the same. The vibe, everything about it is the same.
They were like red-haired characters. The main character, the concept art on the Steam page was literally the same.
It's like the same thing. No difference.
Crazy.
No difference. And they were like, this is okay, right? And they're like, this is obviously not okay. You can't do this. Like, but we got this game. It's pretty good. We're just gonna like.
They get sued.
Keep doing it.
They go to court, and then they go back to Sony, and they're like, "Can we do it now?" They're like, "What part of we're suing you don't you understand?" They're like, "Oh, but we can do it now, right?"
But no.
Right?
Listen, look at it. Look,
come on. Can't we just do it? They're like, are you fucking high right now?
Look, you have a Brontosaurus. We have an Apatosaurus. They're different. And you're like, that's literally.
So they didn't know what they wanted to do. They were like, they were torn between being like outright denial, like, oh, this is our own thing. But then they'd like oscillate back and forth between like, so can we make this and like just put Horizon?
But look
on
at it though.
But doesn't it look just like Horizon? That's why we made it. They're like, wait, what? They're like, no, just kidding. It just looks like Horizon.
No, it's not Horizon.
Oh, but if it was,
do you know Horizon? Have you heard of Horizon? I don't even know what that
right?
is. Crazy that it looks exactly the same. We didn't know.
Worst studio.
This one's kind of like a marquee Blursty for us. This is the big one.
This is like the one people compete for. The studios compete for this one pretty heavily.
Yeah, everything else is kind of low stakes goofing stuff, but this is like the best picture of the Blursties.
Yeah.
This is the one you wake up from your nap for and you're like, oh, who won worst studio this year?
Yeah.
Who was nominated?
Okay.
Who gets to potentially put one of those stinky toilet? That's what we should do.
What?
We should send out these statuettes with the like that fart powder on them.
Yeah. You
open it, you're like, it smells like farts, and then
like,
you open it and it's like a statuette in there, and you're like, what? Why do they keep sending us these?
We got a Blursty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first nomination for worst studio comes to us from Skylar.
Greetings, Bit-Eats. This is Skylar coming in hot with a Blursty for worst ice cream, because we all know that Treyarch is the best flavor of waffles that only have 420 calories, whereas Raven Software only has 180 doodle bops. However, if you're really into the best smelling studios, be careful if you start sniffing Microsoft, as that will net you over 69 billion what chamaj gigates. Ouch. Stop. Ow my groin.
Woo-wee, I had to wrestle the Blursty from that rogue AI there. It didn't even get any of the details correct, but it's actually Skylar this time, leaving you with a Blursty for Worst Studio. While there are several studios that worked on Call of Duty Black Ops 7, we'll focus mostly on Activision. We all knew the day was coming, and it's only going to get worse from here. I know the conversation over generative AI has been a dead horse where the beatings don't seem to stop, but with one of the largest recurring titles in the history of gaming suddenly being full of AI-generated slop is a sign of things to come. I have a hunch that Activision was pressured by Microsoft because of how much they tried to push AI on everyone. Hell, even the Notepad app that I'm writing this rough draft script in has a Copilot icon. Notepad! Of all things. I used to manually write HTML on this thing. Anyway, I'm getting off track. But the gaming world has noticed, and there are a lot that aren't very happy about this. Activision acknowledged the AI use in their latest Call of Duty game and said it was, I quote, used to empower and support our teams, close quote, continuing their statement that the creative process remains, quote, led by the talented individuals in our studio, close quote. With an average user Metacritic score of 6 over the last 15 years and 6 releases of Call of Duty, Black Ops 7 has a user score of 1.6. If that's not very telling, I don't know what is.
God, I didn't know it was that bad. 1.6?
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's not people like not liking your game. That is people actively hating your game and going out of their way to express it.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah. So Activision just they usually get one. They usually get a nomination.
Well, they've got the whole thing's all tangled up because you got Activision, Blizzard, and Microsoft now. It's like someone's getting it. Someone's getting it out of that trio. But this year, I love Activision getting a shout.
Maybe that's what Microsoft is trying to do. They're trying to buy all the Blursties. They're trying to buy all the Blursty noms.
You should come across these honorably.
Why are you trying to get if you want one, just keep doing what you're doing. Like you'll get a nomination. You get a W.
Yeah, don't worry. You're getting your nomination. In fact, let's not skip it. Let's just do that. Microsoft is next up on our list of nominees for laying off 15,000 people to invest that same money in AI.
Mm-hmm.
I think a couple thousand of those. How many thousands? At least 2 were in the gaming division of Microsoft. Right. But this was, and we already kind of talked about this. The layoffs are kind of over for this year, and Microsoft came in screaming hot and accounted for more than 50% of.
They were like, "Wait, we're not doing layoffs."
Industry, they're like, "Oh, we got one more album to drop. Check this one out." Shitbags. So Microsoft usually has, a nomination for a number of things. This one, though, being at the forefront of layoffs that everyone kind of agreed we were done doing. Assholes, just so they could stuff Copilot into more garbage that no one wants.
Yeah.
All right. This next one, Ubisoft. It's so long ago. It's kind of hard to imagine that this was last year, but it was only in June that we learned of this through testimony about former executives of Ubisoft during a trial. Sergei Hascoët, Tommy Francois, and Guillaume Patru. There was 4 days worth of evidence heard in a French court. I don't know a lot about court proceedings outside of the United States, but 4 days seems like a lot. Like they were covering quite a bit of ground.
I don't know a lot about court trials and all that stuff. I have only seen it in TV shows.
Same.
4 days seems like a lot.
Is
that a lot?
Seems.
We got a couple lawyers on here, right? Is that a lot?
Between 2010 and 2020, at Ubisoft's offices in Montreal, Montreal, that's east of Paris, these 3 executives created an atmosphere of bullying and sexism that one member of staff likened to a boys' club. Now, this was a gimme for the Blursty nom because this actual story about Ubisoft and what led to this nomination was the first and only time in 8+ years of doing this podcast that I felt it was requisite to issue a trigger warning on the show.
We have never done that before,
which I'm doing again now.
Mm-hmm.
If workplace domestic violence and sexual harassment is something you don't want to hear about, just fast forward a couple minutes, because I'm going to go over this again, because I do not want this forgotten. How god-awful, what a hellhole Ubisoft management is historically, and why, if the Saudis buy them outright, it will do absolutely nothing to the overall net morality of the company. It is a garbage studio. Former female staff members describe being tied to a chair, forced to do handstands, subjected to constant comments about sex in their bodies, enduring sexist and homophobic jokes, drawings of penises stuck on computers, a manager who farted in workers' faces, scribbled penises on women with markers, gave unsolicited shoulder massages, played pornographic films in an open plan office, and another executive who liked to crack whips near people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
3 psychopath asshole fuck faces, of course, denied all charges, despite there being 4 days worth of them. The idea that they got these women and whoever these employees got together and contrived a story long enough to fill multiple books in an effort just to screw with these guys, and they made it up from whole cloth, is pretty hard to swallow. And Haskowit, my favorite quote from this butt fuck was, quote, "I have never wanted to harass anyone, and I don't think I have." Ubisoft, worst studio
this is
ever.
A doozy.
Fucking assholes. Hey, and there's another one here. These are like these Schreier level stories. We got 2 of them. Peterson predicted one coming out of
ex Bungie dev.
What was the one that you said last year?
Oh, I did Epic.
Was it Epic?
Epic didn't.
You were
get
so
one.
fucking close.
I was close.
You were close.
And I appreciate it.
We got a Ubisoft and a Bungie one here. So Bungie's the next one on our list. This was a ex-Bungie dev talking about marathon leadership, which, again, no shock that their launch was terrible. The game development cycle is off, because leadership was apparently, quote, extremely toxic and humiliating to work with and needs to be gutted completely. This was a dev talking on Blue Sky, who Bluesky, sorry, was just basically now a former studio or former employee who felt very comfortable to just say all this shit. But basically, it's a toxic workplace and everyone there is miserable.
Crazy that their game isn't good. That's weird.
And then there's this other story that was a follow-up in Forbes that the Bungie morale and launch worries and changing plans. Basically, morale is in, quote, free fall across all departments, and the vibes have never been worse. Now, this was reported on in May. They delayed the game in June. So the vibes are terrible. Everything's falling apart. And then you delay. It takes you a month to be like, well, let's just delay it. I don't think things are going to get any better. So, yeah, we've kind of already touched on Marathon and all the other problems that have been going on with Marathon. And that's really not usually enough to get you a worst studio nomination, but being a toxic hellhole that has driven all of your employees to
with morale in a free fall.
Free fall is, I mean, that is a choice of words right there.
Yep.
I've worked
So-
in some gnarly workplaces with some pretty bad morale, and I would never have described any of them as being in free fall. I'd
I've
be like, oh yeah,
experienced
people are miserable here, people hate their jobs, but free fall.
I've experienced downhill trend. I've experienced plummet, but I've never experienced free fall. So that is that's a new one.
And then the last one,
EA. We have to give it to EA because they are now a Saudi studio. We've talked about this already once on this episode. We've talked about it many times in recent episodes. But EA becoming a Saudi owned
Saudi
studio,
shop. Yeah.
like that has to be an auto nomination for worst studio because EA used to have so much glory, right? The glory days of EA, they were huge, right? You can hear the intro, you can hear the all of it, and now
And Saudis did 9/11. So it's a good mix.
So it's a good mix. So
what are we fucking doing?
Saudis just buying whatever they want. One of the things that this shows about the video game industry is that they will sell to anybody. Honestly, they will. They don't,
especially now.
Yeah,
because no one's buying. That's the thing. It's like everyone saw what happened these last couple of years with these acquisitions and how they just went tits up for the acquiring company. So nobody is buying right now. So when the Saudis step forward, or anybody at all steps forward, Space Hitler could land on Earth from the moon, where he's been hiding for 70 years, and any game studio on Earth would be like, "Yeah, you can buy.
You
us.
want to sell? Yeah, we
You're
now
actually
belong
buying.
to
Oh,
Space
Nazi
Hitler.
gold, sure, whatever. It's
Nazi gold. No, and yeah, this instead of producing video games, their method now is just to sell to whoever wants to buy them. There is no. Nobody's sitting back and going, you know what? I don't think this is a good idea long term for the studio. They're just saying, I want to take my buyout and leave.
And there's no second sale, not in this world anymore. There is no resale market for video game studios. There was in the early 2000s. You get away with that a little bit here and there, a little bit there.
Yeah.
But if Embracer has taught us anything, is once you have made these purchases and realized the error of your ways, there is nobody else that wants them.
Yep.
Everybody is going to laugh at you when you come in and ask for money for these studios that you overpaid for in the first place, but then you're left holding the bag, and all you can do is shut them down and implement layoffs and just gut them for parts. And so that's, if EA doesn't work out for Saudi Arabia, then that's what's going to happen to them. Again, the people, the shareholders at EA, 98% of them were like, we don't give a shit. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, they didn't care. They were just like, please get us out of this.
They got their bag. Yeah, so they're good.
Yep.
But man, that's a tough one.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. Part 1 in
Blursties
the books.
Part 1.
Let me go over these really quickly.
Okay.
And just a reminder, we're not going to start voting yet, but after next week, we will have the voting live on our website, and I'll post it on our Discord, and you guys can go make your voices heard by clicking a button. First up, worst launch. We had Escape from Tarkov on Steam, King of Meat, GTA 6's Discord, Civilization 7, and Marathon's Alpha. For biggest disappointment, we have Civilization 7, EA selling to the Saudis, the fact that only 1% of developers are working on Playdate titles, Tales of the Shire, Wonder Woman being canceled along with its Nemesis system, and Doug Bowser leaving Nintendo of America.
This is wrong.
For worst name, we have 80% of the games on Steam.
From Phil.
Were you typing these live when he was
saying? I didn't take them live. I typed them yesterday.
I was going to say, dang, what's your WPM? Damn. The developer who accidentally listed their game as Shitty Dungeon in Japan. An esports player who was going by the moniker Hitler. GameStop, who no longer sells games. And finally, Garfield Kart 2, All You Can Drift.
Garf Kart.
Garf Kart, which, by the way, side note, terrible reviews on Steam. Everyone loathes this game. Shocker. Worst decision, we have Game Freak and Nintendo for suing the guys behind Pal World. What is that studio? I can't remember what they're called.
Who?
The guys that make Pal World.
I can't remember. Let me look.
Valve ruining a game's sales not once but twice. Epic removing an Xbox exploit that allowed people to spend money with the refund V-Bucks and then clawing them back from people who may not have even gotten them fraudulently. A California man stealing $10,000 worth of Switch carts from his local library. And Tencent ripping off Horizon Zero Dawn. Finally, worst studio, Activision, Ubisoft, Bungie, Microsoft, and EA. EA Sports. It's in the bonesaw. So that's it. Spin it up, Peterson. Play us out. We've got whatever this shit is.
This is our awards music.
So good. I hear this because this is like stock music. Sometimes I hear it randomly around the internet. I'm like, those fuckers stole our stuff.
They stole our stuff. Oh, no, we stole it.
it.
Yeah, we don't feel bad about it, though.
The only people that ever stole our song was that game. Extremely powerful capybaras that stole our theme song.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They stole it.
They stole it.
Yeah, they did.
Which I was like, cool.
We were fine with
it's all
it,
yours.
honestly. Take it.
What's ownership? It's a socialist podcast. We don't give a fuck.
We don't care about anything.
What's capitalism? All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody. Let's see. Skylar, Sneaky Stew, Phil, Agrelord, and Silverthorn for sending these in.
For your nominations.
Love it. And we've got a bunch coming up next week as well from you guys. We're still, if you have any Gamer Rage or feature nominations, we'd love to hear from you. We got a week to get them in, so hit us up. Hit up Peterson. Let us know. All right. That's it for Blursties Part 1. I'm JD. Signing off.
And this is Peterson going AFK.